What's up everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different to what we normally upload. And I say we because I'm here with Sigwa today. And
hello.
We are trying something new. It's called Spill the Key, and Sigwa will explain to you what we want to do with this series.
Yeah, so basically this is our new video format. We will play a key as usual, as you know us to do. But in addition to that, we'll talk about some topics that are related to World of Warcraft in general, or just gaming. For example, this week we will talk about Shadowlands and what features it will bring, what we hope for the expansion, what we fear may happen in the expansion, and just our thoughts about it. For the start of the key, we just start by bolstering this guy, so we have a lot of time to talk about things.
Also, talking about the general topic doesn't mean that we won't talk about the key, what's going on, and our group as usual. For example, the key is like 1 minute long, and I had an error screen popping up. We bolstered this guy way too much, and yeah, it's a pretty good start for the key and for the first episode.
Yeah, I think so too. So, Shadowlands. We've both seen the cinematic. We were both super hyped about it. Some of us thought that Sylvanas would destroy the crown. Some of us didn't. One of us was right. However, there are a lot of different features coming with the next expansion. For starters, the biggest announcement I think was the covenants. There are 4 different covenants introduced in this expansion. For those of you who don't know, there were the Kyrians in the Zone Bastion, the Night Fae of Ardenweald, the Venthyr of Revendreth, and the Necrolords of Madraxis. They're both. All 4 are completely different themed. They all have different abilities, different champions on the ranks, and during the expansion we have to decide which covenant we want to join. Have you put any thought into this yet?
I think that there will be a problem with the covenants in regard that I will think that some of the covenants are really cool look-wise. So, for example, the Necrolords I think are really cool. And if it turns out that, for example, the Necrolords have really bad covenant abilities for my spec, then that would be really sad. So I think they have a lot of potential for being something really cool with dividing the Horde and the Alliance into more factions in some way. But as I said, I also think that there is a lot of potential to fuck it up for Blizzard. So since we didn't have something like that in this form before, I think it's really hard to speculate about it too much. But when it comes to the looks, I'd say that the Necrolords and the Night Fae are the coolest in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I like the Necrolords as well, even though their plate transmog kind of reminds me of the BOD set for lever classes, so I'm not that interested into that. But they look really cool, that's true. For me, I think the vampire ones are kind of interesting. I think those are the Venthyr. As you said, we don't know too much about the abilities and how strong they will be, so my decision definitely isn't set in stone, but for now I prefer them. We'll see how it turns out in gameplay, how much of the content we have to do in our covenant only, what we can do together with other covenants. I know that they all have a completely different campaign, like the war campaign in this expansion, but what else is coming, I have no idea.
Okay, before we continue, a quick side note for this video series. Of course, our English isn't perfect since we're both German, and we want to use this video series while talking about some topics to kind of improve our English over time, because we both want to get more fluid with speaking English. So if we like stumble a couple of times while speaking, or don't know some words, just don't be too harsh to us in the comments. Maybe it's funny to you how we stumble sometimes, or maybe you find it interesting how we improve over time. And yeah, I think it's interesting to see if we improve. Yeah, sure. I think it's pretty cool to see in some months or maybe years if we look back to the earlier videos of this video series, how much we improved, or yeah, as you said, if we improved. So that's just a little side note what we, for us, want to achieve in this series, of course.
Yeah, I think that was an important note. You'll find us looking forwards quite often, I'm sure. But
you might see it in the gameplay as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I fucked up like 3 times already while thinking
Same.
about what to say.
Same.
Well, however, back to topic. Those covenants, as we said, grant abilities. There will be 2 abilities for every covenant and every class. One ability will be class specific, and the other one will be the same for all classes. Just for those of you who didn't know or didn't read into it yet. Yeah, as we said, we can't say too much about what we will have at our disposal with these abilities. I'll rest the tank quickly. Okay, let's interrupt. But we saw some things like a flat 5% mastery buff or something like that, and if those will stay like this, there will be definitely strong best in slot abilities. I mean, if there's one covenant that has like 1 or a 0.5% DPS increase over another, I think I won't care. I would just go for the looks. But if they are as strong as they look now, we definitely have to choose the covenant that is strongest for us. Since we are, in some way, progress raiders, or mythic raiders. Blizzard already said that we will have the ability to swap covenants, but they said it would be costly and not easy to do. They think about Aldor and Scryer, I think, were the names of the factions in BC, where you also had the ability to switch the faction, but it took a really long time and a lot of grinding. They will see if they will do something similar with these covenants.
I think that this could be something that looks like you have a lot of choice and different choices to make, but in the end you will just be sticking with the one that's best for your logs in some way. Know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I fear with these covenants as well. I mean, Blizzard already said that there will be a best in slots covenant for each class, and yeah, I'm not surprised there will always be one, but I just hope the difference between them isn't that strong, because as it's looking right now, the differences are insane in some situations and for some classes.
Yeah, I really hope that they do a good job with balancing them, so you actually have the chance to choose by looks and not just by the abilities of the covenants.
No. Okay, moving on. There's another big feature that I'm really excited about, and that's the tower, Torghast. There goes our healer. Oh god. Torghast will be... fuck.
Just focus the boss.
Yeah.
And off here. Just making sure we don't wipe here, so we can actually continue playing the key.
Easy.
Easy.
I don't know what we were worried about. Yeah, Torghast. This will be this dungeon in the middle of the moor, in another zone, and endgame zone of the next expansion. And yeah, you'll have yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I think it will be similar to the Mage Tower challenges in God. You have a dungeon that changes regularly, and it will involve, of course, fighting, but also riddles, puzzles, and other things they didn't announce yet. And you'll gain anima as a reward. That will be the next big currency in Shadowlands, and will allow for Covenant upgrades and other things. Yeah, I haven't read too much about Taurus yet, but what do you think about it?
I'm really looking forward to it because I really do enjoy single target content, single person content, sorry. Since I often play late at night or in general at times where my friends are offline. And I also like single player games, but I love World of Warcraft, so everything that combines these two is really good for me. And you can play in groups, of course, too, in this tower. So it's pretty much perfect for me. So I can play alone if I want to play alone, but I can play with my friends if I want to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much perfect for me. And on top of that, you can play it almost endlessly because it has raising levels, if I understand it correctly. And so you always have another challenge. You can always go another level upwards, and to do that, it's fun for me as a single player, and it's fun for me if I play with my friends. So the content as it is should be really good for me, and if it's the key for crafting legendaries, etc., then it's even better that I like the content.
Yeah, I also think that it was time for Blizzard to realize that there has to be a lot more single player content in this game, besides world quests and maybe fishing or island expeditions, even though you need other people for island expeditions as well. So I'm really looking forward to it as well. What I really like is that it doesn't matter what classes you play, how many people you are, you can just go in there. For us, example, we're Enhancer, Feral Druids, sometimes Beastmaster. To find a Mythic Plus group is nearly impossible. And something like Torghast, we could always just queue up and then, or run in, I don't know how it will work, and then we can just do it. And that's a really great thing. Also, as you mentioned before, it will be the one and only way to acquire runes, which are components for your legendaries that will be craftable next season or next expansion. And I think that's great as well. So you don't depend on raids or keys or whatever to obtain those legendaries, or like a Legion where you just did all the content available for the slightest chance to improve your legendary drop chance. It will be different now. And now you know, okay, I want this legendary, I have to go into this tower and farm it out. Blizzard already said that there will be a minimum amount required, or minimum time spent in those in the tower, that you have to spend each week to gain the rewards. But everything above that is optional. So you get some slight improvements, but it's not really something you have to grind. Like, yeah, it's a little bit comparable to Mythic Plus. You should do one key a week to get your weekly chest, your rewards, and everything after that is for the chance to, yeah, in this instant, Titan Forge some gear or just improve your Relay score. Nothing super important, but yeah, slight improvement.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still in some way forced content, because you have to do it if you want to have the legendaries, which basically everyone wants to have. But it's different to, like, for example, Mythic Plus forced content, because you also need to do it if you want to have the Residuum to buy your Azerite pieces. But with the tower, you have more choices. You don't need 5 people to do it. You can do it solo, you can do it with just 1 friend, with 2 friends, whatever you want. And I think that's a huge positive point of the tower. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will be something that the community in general likes.
Yeah, I think I didn't read anything negative about the tower yet, even though every expansion feature in the history of Warcraft got bashed by the community.
True.
I think this one didn't yet. Maybe I'm wrong. You can correct me if you saw something. But overall, the community seems quite happy with the changes. But I got the feeling, and Blizzard already said that it's a big focus of them to stop the grind and alt unfriendliness that is going on right now in Warcraft. We have to spend so much time grinding out our mains. Even at this point, I mean, we got our purification protocol essence a few weeks ago, even though it was available forever. We just didn't have, the motivation to go grind it. I can't rest the tank anymore. He died too often.
I mean, I'm not saying that I was slacking with my neck level because I was playing classic all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, you were.
I mean, the content was available. We just didn't do it as of yet. Or
Yes,
as of
and-
last week or something like that.
Yeah, Blizzard already said that they don't want this to happen again. They're taking a few steps with 8.3 already, with the removal of the Endless Neck as a right grind. You only have to grind to 80, I think, to have all the relevant bonuses. And they're taking a lot more steps in Shadowlands as well, like making world quests available for twings or alts, and also making the Covenant choice available at the earlier levels already and not at max level as it is for your main. So they really want you to have the ability to play whatever class you feel like and play another character if you want to without having to grind out everything for ages. And I think that's really great.
Yeah, I also think that's really great. So I can finally play some alts again.
Can't wait for your rogue to get geared with keys.
No.
we don't always have to play Enhancer Feral. I mean, it's fun and it's working, but looking for groups is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's going to be fun recording episodes for this series.
For example, I think we could tell this. We wanted to play Mikey first, but it was a shrine key, for God's sake, and we didn't find anyone to get in the mood for playing this, and I think that's a really bad pull or whatever. So we opted for this King's Rest, but the search for this always oh god, I lost my thread. Looking for this took about 1 hour, 1.5 hours as well. So we'll see how much better or worse this will get in the future. Maybe we'll look for higher keys as well. We opted for a lower key because we thought we needed the ability to talk and think what we wanted to say in English as well while playing. As you're seeing, we were making a lot of mistakes already, and that would be worse in higher keys. But we'll see how this will develop. Maybe in a few weeks we are fluent English speakers and just play 20s while recording this.
I mean, at least we're pretty flexible with recording times. So
yeah, that's true.
We pretty much have some hours to record. It's not a problem if we take an hour to find a key, but it's still pretty frustrating if it happens. Nevertheless.
No, it's not the most interesting thing to stand before the dungeon and just wait for someone to have the grace to invite us.
Yeah, although playing some seasons as Enhanced Feral, we are pretty used to it, so...
No, that's true. Another thing, talking about Mythic Plus, is the weekly chest. I'm really looking forward to this change. Basically, they don't want you to log in on Wednesday, open the chest, and then be disappointed because there's the 20th leg piece with the same god stats in your chest. It happened to me. It happened to all of you. So yeah, they don't want that anymore. So they will give you more choices in your weekly chest. There will be, I think, about 6 choices available in your chest, and you can just choose which one of those you want. And even if those all are no upgrades for you, you can always decide to take a currency. I think they didn't announce the name yet of this currency. And with that, you can buy other things after a few weeks. So it doesn't feel like you didn't get anything this week. And I think that's great as well. They also said that it will depend on the content that you're doing, which loot will show
which
up
coffin are you in?
Oh yeah, I should wiggle around. Top left. Jo, das ist jetzt nicht so gut. Ist er reset? Okay, he resetted. Great. And I'm dying too. Yeah, that happens when you talk about weekly chests too much. Glad that happened. Guys, I'm sorry. Oh no, don't leave. Ah, but I need repair. Okay, that's fine.
Would have been a nice throw.
Yeah, that would have been pretty... Okay, I'm coming out. We have all the time we in the world. I mean, it's not our key.
Yeah, it's...
Okay,
it's,
where was I? Yeah, weekly chest content or contents depend on the content you do. And you will also have more options. I think that's just a great change in general, and there should be no one criticizing that or feeling bad about that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do a single type of content. You don't have to do only Mythic Plus. You can do PvP, you can do whatever, and have multiple choices, which is, of course, really good. So, yeah. I honestly think there's not too much to say about the weekly chest. It's just really good. I don't think there's any negative point about it.
It's like they finally listened to our concerns and to us being annoyed of the weekly chest.
Yeah, they really did. Okay,
next big thing, level squish. We won't be playing our level 130 Druids or Shamans next expansion. We'll go back to level 60. Like that was the reason people played Classic, but whatever. Yeah, they're taking away our levels. Their reasoning for that was that they wanted us to have the feeling that every level that we get is worth something. We get something. That may be class spells, that may be a mount, that may be, I don't know, cosmetics, ward quests, but something. You won't just level up and think, great, I have 3 more strength.
I mean,
what are your thoughts about that?
That's a pretty good thing in my opinion, since as you may know, I played a lot of Classic as it came out, and although I rushed to 60 in like less than a week, I really like the fact that you get something new every level, or maybe every 2 levels, but in some way also every level, since you can really feel your character getting stronger every level, not just every 2 levels where you get like spells. And I played the original WoW during vanilla, and I remember really clearly that I liked the leveling process really much about the game. And that's something that lost its charm over the years for me personally. So I lost interest in leveling a lot of characters. So most of the time I boosted them whenever we got a free boost for buying the next expansion or something. Or if I wanted a class like really bad, then I leveled, but I really didn't enjoy it. So making the levels more relevant again, or the leveling in general, seems like a really cool thing to me. And I think that I will have more fun playing my alts in Shadowlands, combined with the leveling squish and the endless grind not being there anymore. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I really hope I can play more characters in Shadowlands.
Yeah, another thing about that, they also changed the leveling process. Not only. Oh God, why is our tank dying again?
No chill in this key.
No, not at all. Yeah, not only you will gain something each level, they also give you more options to play the game. At the moment, you yeah, create your character, start in Durotar or Evan or something like that, and you just run through the entire history of Warcraft. And every time you visit Orgrimmar, there's another war chief waiting for you. You completely get lost in the story. It doesn't make sense anymore, just because they stacked all the expansions upon each other. And now, as a new player, you will start an entirely new zone and learn the basics of the game. Then, when you reach level 10, you get to play the newest expansion. In this case, it would be Battle for Azeroth, and you play that until level 50. And from level 50 to 60, you play in Shadowlands. For us, more seasoned players that have played this game a lot longer, we will have the option to also start in this new zone or in one of the already known starting zones. And then we can level from 10 to 50 in any expansion we like. We can also switch between them. For us, we have all the decisions to do. We can decide where we want to go, which zones we like. New players are forced to play the newest expansions, so they don't get lost in history. And I think that's fine as well. They won't mind. They don't know any better, and we still have the freedom to choose.
Do you like the idea of having a new leveling zone for the beginners, or do you don't like it?
I think I like it, just because there are a lot of things to learn that you don't learn in the starting zones, and those text boxes that always show up at the start of a game when you have reset your game reinstalled or something like that. They explain to you, okay, this is how you change your camera angle and stuff like that. Nobody reads those. I don't think they are of any help. I think by designing the quests and some other things around, learning basics of the game is a lot of better an idea.
Yeah, I think so too. But I'm honestly really torn apart when it comes to this decision.
Oh my God.
Because I'm more of a nostalgia guy when it comes to changing stuff in the game, and I really like the old leveling zones. But at the same time, I CBA playing the Orc starting zone for the 50th, 70th time. So it might be pretty cool to see something new for once.
Yeah, also you're not losing anything. If
yeah,
you definitely want to play one or the other zone, you can just go there. There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, it's true. So even though they might fuck up the new zone and it might be awful to play, we still have the old zones. So yeah, you're right. It's nothing that I can lose. So yeah, I think that's really good.
Yeah. Okay, just where we were talking about the new characters that you can create, there are also more customization options for all of the characters. You'll have the option to, for example, change undead bodies so they don't show bones, or you can create wild hammer dwarves. Just a lot more character customization, because I don't know how many there are right now, but there are like 10 faces or 10 different skin colors, and that's all you can change. And they want you to be able to really customize that character and make it more of your own. And I think that's a great change as well. I really like to change a lot more smaller things about my character as well that I wasn't able before.
Don't you think it might be a little bit too much, though? I mean, if you look at some classes, you can make war paint appear in your face in like fucking every imaginable color that there is. And to be honest, I think that's a little bit too much for me personally, since I'm not a fan of too many customization options. I mean, I like that there are some, But I also do like the old character models more than the new ones. I mean, I got used to the new ones by now, but I don't like the fact that we can customize our characters too much in a way. I don't know. What do you think?
Are you feeling overwhelmed, or do you just want everyone to look more similar to each other?
I think it's unnecessary. Like, we're not playing Sims or something. We're playing WoW. So I think you should be able to make your character look different, like every other character. But I don't think that it's necessary that we have like 20 different hair colors or faces. I mean, I'm an orc. I'm an orc player, and I think orcs don't need to have like 3 different kinds of orange hair or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, and you could argue that spending resources there, where there would be other options that are a lot more, practical or more useful in your eyes. I can definitely see that. But there are some customization changes that I really appreciate. For example, back to the undead. Right now, the spine is always showing through your cloak, for example, or through your robes. And I really don't understand why. I mean, you can put your robe above your bones and they shouldn't be showing. But for some reason, the back of undeads always pierces those robes and shows through them. And I don't think that's necessary. And for my undead priestess, I'll definitely change that so you can't see her bones through the robe. That's a change that I really look forward to. But yeah, war paints or eye color or something like that, I really don't care either. They could look all the same. I wouldn't care.
Yeah. So there might be.
Oh my god, our tank is dying all the time.
Yeah, this key in general is like a fucking fiesta and a half. I mean, as you might have noticed, we will upload keys that we deplete with this video series. ICVA recording everything again, just because we deplete the key. So yeah, we won't do that. Maybe it's interesting to you to see whether we time the key or not, especially if we do something like a 14, which is like a baby key, and you know it. But yeah, you may think, a 14, easy time, and then no, it's not an easy in time. It's a fucking fiesta.
Fair, it's not only the tank or healer that are fucking up. We are fucking big time as well. Fucking up big time as well.
Hey, we're never fucking up, okay?
Like not showing which casket I am. That's not the right word, whatever. Let's change the topic.
Okay.
I think we talked plenty about the different features. What I would be interested in is what are you looking forward to the most, and what are some wishes that you have for the next expansion? Some things that Blizzard didn't already talk about, but what you're really hoping for.
I mean, it is something that Blizzard already talked about, but it's really important to me personally, and that is bringing back more spells for the different classes.
Oh yeah.
Since I fucking hate the pruning. I hate that every class has basically the same toolkit. I mean, yeah, I'm a shaman. I know I don't have as much defensive spells as other classes, but you know, generally everyone has the same stuff. You have a stun, you have a slow, you have a heal. Everyone has everything, and I think that's in some way good for the game, but in more points it's bad for the game, and it fucking annoys me. I like to be the shaman that has a poison cleansing totem. I have a disease cleansing totem. I have a tremor totem. I have this and that. I have tools to do that. To do like a lot of stuff that other people can't do with their class, and I don't have that feeling anymore in the recent expansions, and I really hope that they bring it back. Also, the idea that they had that you play a base class and you specialize towards a specialization. Not you are a frost mage and have nothing to do with a fire mage, because I don't like that idea as well. So I really hope they bring it back into the direction of like Classic or Burning Crusade in that regard. Although I don't want Classic or Burning Crusade. I really like a lot of stuff from the retail WoW. But in some ways I really hope they go into the direction of Classic.
I think it's great that you started that topic, because we didn't talk about that at all. And I'm really on your side there. I'm so happy that I can in the future use my... Oh god, this tank is dead. But I have the res now. Not that it matters. Okay, that's a wipe.
Oh.
At least Emissary is dead.
Can we talk about 1 second? Can we talk about why I'm the only one that gets fucking hexed? That can break the hex if it goes on other people. I got hexed twice and we wiped.
I chose not to.
What? Why?
Yeah, it was a wipe. Anyways, no, I didn't pay any attention, to be honest.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Pruning is. I understand the idea behind it. They wanted all classes to have about the same utilities, so that you wouldn't say, "Oh no, we need a warlock for this. We can't invite anything else."
Mhm.
I like the idea. It didn't work at all. I mean, we talked about this. We're Pharaoh Druid and Enhancer Shaman. We don't get invited to any keys, especially when we're queuing together.
Yeah, true.
Even though Blizzard thought, hey, they have all the utility other classes have as well, you should invite them.
No, not
no,
quite.
there will always be differences, and people will always choose whatever seems the most OP. Our hunter is offline. Let's see if he comes back. Yeah, so obviously they saw that it didn't work either, and instead of making it all the same, they chose the right direction to go back to class identity and allow you to have your class utility and not have to share with anyone else. I don't think they'll take time warp away from mages just so your shamans can have it. I don't think that would happen, but some other things like paladin auras or your permanent totems. Vortex Cyclone in PvE and for all specs. Those are things that should come back, and I'm really glad they do.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think for me one of the biggest changes that I'm looking forward to are the Tower of Torghast and the weekly chest, just so that I can enjoy logging in on Wednesdays, opening the chest and choosing an upgrade, and also just having something to do when I'm not when I don't have the time, for example, to go into a Mythic Plus and search a group for 2 hours. I can just go into Torghast, either alone or with you. It doesn't matter how many we are. I mean, there's a max group size of 5 people, I think, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, who has more than 4 friends anyway?
Exactly. Oh god, our tank is dying again. I don't know what to do with him.
That's why we can off-heal. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Also, there are orbs exploding all around us for like the entire dungeon.
Please
Here,
decurse
Hex.
me.
I can
Thanks.
take it away. Paid attention, you see.
Yeah, like there were 2 seconds left on the hex. Nice reaction time.
I mean, it doesn't last for too long, does it?
It kinda does.
Let's see. 10 seconds, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I have just seen this there right now. Why are we not focusing the Berserker, by the way?
I don't know, I'm just running in circles.
Oh, that's great. By the way, you talked me into using Coral this run. I think I used it on like 3 packs.
Yeah, I think starting a video series where we talk in English and talk about different topics and then playing with Coral is a bad idea.
Yeah, you must know I have a weak aura that shows my trinket cooldown. And usually I have another weak aura that shows my coral stacks and when it is off cooldown, and I really depend on that weak aura and not so much on the other one. So yeah, I have this weak aura that shows me like 3/4 of the dungeon that my coral is ready. But since the other weak aura is not showing, because it's only showing in raids and when I've selected single target talents, it doesn't matter to me. I just don't use it. Yeah, that's something I have to work with.
I mean, I was using a weak aura in the middle of my screen for the King's Rest trinket for pretty much 4 months or so, without changing it, while not using the fucking King's Rest trinket, until someone in my comments mentioned it, and now I finally changed it to the coral.
Oh well.
I mean, I didn't need it to play properly with the coral, but it upset a viewer of mine, so...
No, I can understand that.
Yeah. Now it's changed, so be happy.
Yay! Okay. Yeah, let's finish this key with 4 people. I don't think the hunter is coming back.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Tyrannical.
How hard can a 14 be, right?
Yeah, true. I mean, should we last this if we play with 4 people?
Yeah, I think we should, but I would wait for the
X-Lady. Yeah. Yeah, kick it early, why not? We have all the damage we need.
Yeah. Here, Explosion Totem on the west side.
West side?
Oh. That was quite fast.
Of course, we are the best DPSers in the world.
Oh god!
Okay.
No worries. I don't know how he died, but he died. I'm dead.
Yeah, I see that. And I got aggro. I mean... It's...
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah. I don't know, should we end this key and like finish the Shadowlands topic in the city, or... Oh no, we got a battle rest, the key is on, we will finish this key. Can he fucking taunt the boss? Hello?
Good thing we didn't last this.
Yeah, true.
I really have to check after this run how he died. I can't explain it to myself, but there must have been a reason.
True.
Oh god. I'm... Okay. Great that you got there.
I mean, we are in a...
Must be great to not have to charge to the boss to interrupt it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good being a shaman for once. In one aspect of the game.
I mean, I think my low CD kick with a charge is still better than the Moonkin 1 minute kick, but still
true. No fun in being a Moonkin.
I mean, have you looked at them?
No.
Oh god, where's the exploding totem? Ah, there.
Back here. I mean, I know we are in a... Can he stop interrupting me by dying?
So, yeah. What's your conclusion? Are you looking forward to Shadowlands?
My conclusion is, I hope Shadowlands isn't a disaster like this key. I hope Shadowlands is quite the opposite of this key. I'm looking forward to the Covenants. I'm really looking forward to the tower. I think the weekly chest and the level squish is gonna be great. Customizations, I don't care. If people care, nice for them. They can have fun with the customizations. I don't need it. And yeah, I hope Shadowlands brings what I want and what I hope for. And yeah, what's your opinion?
Yeah, basically the same. I'm really excited for this expansion. Can't wait. I would go as far as saying I don't need 8.3, just give me Shadowlands. But
True.
I want the seasons off as well. I want new raid, blah blah blah. Yeah. So yeah, Shadowlands, great. I'm really excited. Let's hope they don't fuck it up.
You can tell us your thoughts in the comment about Shadowlands. You can leave a comment And of course, you can leave a like on my channel and on Sigvar's channel. We both upload the episodes of the series. And you can give us feedback, you can tell us what you want in the comments. And of course, you can leave a comment telling us what topics we should talk about next. Of course, we got our own ideas. And for the next few episodes, we got some ideas in mind already, what we want to talk about. But if you got a specific topic that you want us to talk about, don't be afraid, just type it in the comments and we will be happy to read it and make an episode about it. So yeah, do you have anything else to say?
No, basically, really tell us what you want to see. We are open for suggestions all the time, and that's one of the hardest words for me to speak aloud. Yeah, and thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Bye bye.